Hi everyone, Tanner here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we are going to talk about somatic tracking, which is one of the most effective techniques to eliminate neuroplastic pain symptoms. Now in this video, I am going to explain in detail what somatic tracking is, and then we're going to try out a somatic tracking exercise. So let's get into it. Somatic tracking is a technique that retrains the brain to begin to respond to signals from the body appropriately, ending the cycle of chronic pain. And really, somatic tracking is a form of exposure, where we're trying to expose you to the pain while you feel safe. And this is called a corrective experience, where the fear of the pain starts to get turned down. Now, often people get confused and think that the point of somatic tracking is to really get the pain to go away right in that moment when you're doing the technique. Now, sometimes this does happen, and it's nice when that takes place, but really the point of somatic tracking is to just help you feel safe. And in the long run, hopefully the pain sensations will start to get dialed down and eventually be eliminated. But that takes time. So don't start doing this technique with a bunch of pressure that you need the sensation to go away right in that moment, because that will just actually worsen the pain sensation themselves. Now, a corrective experience happens during somatic tracking when we respond to our pain in a different way, with lightness, ease, curiosity, and through a lens of safety. Again, it doesn't matter if the pain actually changes or reduces. All that matters is we start to respond to it with less fear. And truly, as we start to respond to the pain with less fear, it loses its fuel source. And over time, the brain will start to understand it's making a mistake, and the pain will start to reduce. Now, a great analogy for this is it's like your body is throwing your brain a baseball, but your brain thinks it's a hand grenade. It's going to respond, and it's going to respond with pain because it feels in danger. But as we start to help the brain feel safe using somatic tracking with the pain sensations will start to get turned down. So let's really get into explaining the technique of somatic tracking. Somatic tracking has three components: mindfulness, safety reappraisal, and positive affect induction. Now, mindfulness, we want to start to become aware of the pain sensations. We want to get curious about them, really notice what they're doing, and we want to do it without judgment, without criticism, and really being interested in them, which is typically a different way of attending to the pain than we have in the past. And so when we're being mindful, just get curious. Notice, is it localized or widespread? What's the sensation like? Is it burning, tingly, tightness, pressure? Really start to get interested. Notice if it intensifies. Is it pulsing? Is it subsiding? Is it moving or changing? Because being curious, the thing about curiosity, people, is you can't be fearful and curious at the same time. So curiosity is the word to remember here when we're starting to be mindful of the pain sensations. Now, the second component of somatic tracking is safety reappraisal. And safety reappraisal is really important because we want to give our brain messages of safety, reminding it that our body's completely fine, there's no damage here, and the brain has just been misinterpreting things for a long time. Because reminding yourself that your body's okay and your brain's just misinterpreting things, and as a result producing pain, will help you feel safe. And play around with the language. Everyone responds differently to different language. So, I have certain messages of safety I give people in session, but sometimes people get farther by just exploring this and finding what works. Sometimes people just tell themselves, it's okay, like I'm safe right now. There's nothing wrong with my body. So just explore this a bit. And the third component of somatic tracking is positive affect induction, which I know is a really fancy term, positive affect induction, but really all this is anything you can do to lighten the mood. That's the goal here. And so we can do this a lot of different ways. Sometimes we can attend to a nice sensation in our body, something that feels good in our body. It could be just the sensation of breathing in and out and feeling the warm air. It could be things like visualization or stories or analogies. I've had people even, listen to, a funny TV show or, watch comedy And doing this, the idea here is that when we usually focus on our pain, it's with a lot of seriousness and intensity. And so we want to break that intensity in the way that we focus. And by using positive affect induction and lightening the mood, we maximize our chances of getting a corrective experience where we start to feel safe. Now, it's important to note when to do somatic tracking, because somatic tracking is a great technique, but if we're doing it at the wrong time, it can lead to more setbacks where the pain worsens. So when we have a mild to moderate level of pain, it is a great time to do somatic tracking. Because remember, we need exposure to the pain sensations. So they need to be there. And when it's at a mild to moderate level, it's at a good amount where you're most likely going to get a corrective experience, where you can start to feel safe and reduce the fear of the pain sensations. But when the pain is high, people, please do not do somatic tracking. If the pain is really high, you're going to have a hard time feeling safe with it. And oftentimes when the pain's high and we start to focus in on it, it will intensify and result in a setback. So when the pain's high, here's what I suggest. We can go and do what are called avoidant behaviors. Now, I know avoidant behavior sounds like a negative term, but avoidant behaviors are really useful in small doses. Because again, the whole point of pain reprocessing therapy is to help us feel safe with pain sensations. So when the pain's high, you can do avoidant behaviors like having a hot bath, using heat or ice, massaging the area, watching a funny TV show. And again, reminding yourself that you're not doing any of this because it's actually changing anything in your body. You're doing this as a way to feel safe when the pain is really high. Now, you could also give yourself messages of safety, just reminding yourself that your body's okay, your brain's just misinterpreting things, and this sensation is temporary and will pass. Now, when you have no pain, you do not need to do somatic tracking. Just go and enjoy your life. And so just make sure you're following this process on when you should be doing somatic tracking, as it will maximize corrective experiences occurring and minimize setbacks happening. Now, the last thing I want to mention before we get into the somatic tracking exercise is somatic tracking can be done, in any position or with any type of movement. Again, we just wanted to activate a mild to moderate level of pain. So you could be sitting, standing, lying down. You could be sitting and standing repetitively as you do it. You could be walking. I've had people do it while they start to work out. Anything that brings on the pain to a mild to moderate level is a good way to start to do it, because we want to reduce the fear of the pain sensations, but we also want to reduce the fear of movement. And so keep that in mind as you try out somatic tracking, and just explore trying to use the technique with different positions or with different movements so you can start to reduce the fear of being able to use your body. So let's get into a somatic tracking exercise. What I want you all to do is just close your eyes or lower your gaze and just scan your body head to toe and notice where these pain sensations are kind of sitting. And just start to get curious about them. Notice, is it kind of a localized sensation or is it more widespread? Describe it a bit. Is it burning, tingly, tightness, pressure? Just really get curious what it's doing. Notice if it's pulsing, if it's moving or changing in any way. And I want you to start to slow down your breathing as you focus in on it. Just noticing the nice sensations of your breath coming in and out. And each time you exhale, just reduce the pressure here. We're not trying to make the sensation do anything. We're not trying to make it go away or change in any way. Just each time you exhale, reducing the pressure and just settling into your body. And I want you to focus in on it, but not with a bunch of intensity. I'm not having you study for a test here. We're not criticizing it, scrutinizing it, being real serious about it. I want you to have this attitude, this light and easy attitude as you kind of focus in on the sensations. I kind of explain like a curious puppy, the attitude that a curious puppy has. If there was a curious puppy where you are right now, it would be exploring the room that you're in, be sniffing around, toppling over things, and would have this light and easy, curious attitude. So just keep slowing down your breathing and get curious about what the sensation's doing. Is it intensifying right now? Is it subsiding? Is it moving or changing in any way? Again, we don't care. just really notice what it's doing. I want you to breathe nice and slow in and out. And each time you exhale, just reduce the pressure, settle into your body, and just get curious about what the sensation is doing. We're not even going to call it pain right now. It's just a sensation that's happening. And as you do this, I know it feels like something's going on in your body right now, but all your muscles and tendons are healthy, all your ligaments and nerves are perfectly intact. All that's taking place is a perfectly safe, perfectly neutral, normal sensation. It's just your brain is misinterpreting the safe signals coming up from your body. And so each time you exhale, just settling into your body and reminding yourself, this sensation is perfectly safe to experience right now. Just reduce the pressure, breathe nice and slow as you kind of get curious about it, and just remind yourself that you're safe with this right now. And again, just noticing what's going on with the sensation. Is it intensifying? Is it subsiding? Is it moving or changing in any way? Again, we don't care what's happening with it. We're just practicing attending to it in this light and easy way. And now what I want you to do is just watch the sensation changing, moving, whatever's going on with it. Again, it's perfectly safe. And just watch it. Sensations are kind of like fireworks going off in your body. Some are bigger and louder. Some are smaller. There's different shapes and sizes and colors. And just watching this fireworks show going on in your body right now. Just continue to slow down your breathing. And I think for a long time, you've watched this fireworks show go off in your body, but you haven't watched it like a human being. You've watched this fireworks show like you're a dog. And I don't know if you've seen a dog at a fireworks show, but they're not having a good time. They're anxious, they're nervous, it's really loud. I don't know what dogs think, but to them, there is fire in the sky. For a long time, you've been fearful about it and frustrated and irritated with the sensations. But right now, I don't want you to watch the fireworks show going off in your body like you're the dog anymore. I want you to imagine it like you're a young child. You know, when my son, 4-year-old son, saw fireworks for the first time, he was amazed. He was in awe, just watching, being curious. What's the next sensation that's going to happen? And just having this nice warm air in your lungs, just breathing nice and slow, having this nice warm feeling as you kind of just watch with curiosity the fireworks going off. And again, noticing, what are the sensations doing? Are they intensifying, subsiding, moving, or changing? Again, we don't care because you're completely safe to just let these sensations do their thing right now. And I want you to take a few more deep breaths in and out, just slowing it down, and you can come back to the room. And so that is a somatic tracking exercise. And again, just explore trying to do this in different ways. Try it out. Again, all we're trying to do is just reduce the fear of the pain. So somatic tracking is a really effective technique to do that. And over time, as the fear starts to reduce, what will happen is the pain sensations will start to reduce as well. So thanks for watching. If you guys have questions or comments, put them down below. And please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to release videos every week talking about neuroplastic pain and mind-body syndrome. Take care of yourselves.